Hey, everybody. We got a News AF here on March 25th with Tyson on the road. Thanks for waiting. Everybody here in the live chat wondering if we were in a meeting. Hey, sometimes we got to catch up, okay?
We are in a meeting. It's just with each other.
We're in a meeting with each other.
Yeah.
Meeting of minds.
Meeting of minds, talking about top secret stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so we let you in now. We're live. And there's top secret stuff you get to hear about, but we have even more top secret stuff that you can hear about later.
Yeah. But it was a good week of News AF stuff, so we got a lot of stuff to go over.
Hells yeah.
Sometimes we're scrambling, like, do we have enough stories for the show? This was a week, too many things. Can't get to everything.
Yeah. And that's good for us.
That's good for us. Okay.
And you.
Yeah. All right. And here, let me turn this all on. All right. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting stories. Let me take that again.
Okay.
I liked how I said you, but then I screwed it up. Okay. Take two. Okay. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories for the week of March 25th, 2025, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, that's right. News AF is back. It's Rob and Tyson and Danny here to talk about the most exciting stories in the world of the news. And here with us from the biggest little city in the world, it's Tyson Apostol.
I think it's the littlest big city now.
Is that what it is?
I think it's switched. Yeah, it's grown or shrunk. No, it's great. Reno I'm looking out the window. It looks beautiful. It's a tree city, I think. I stayed up probably till close to 6 a.m. and then got up at
that's hard.
And then got up at 7:40 for this.
That's really incredible because you're not a drinker. You're not on any substances. So
just
that's
adrenaline only.
On your own natural ability. That's incredible.
Yeah. And I made a hotel coffee, which I haven't drank yet, so I don't even have that in me. I have this
in
water.
The room.
Yeah. And
wow.
I feel pretty good actually right now. I'm excited to go gamble again.
That's that moment before the crash.
No, you don't have to tell. I might have hit that already though, because I was so worried I was going to miss this that I woke up every 10 minutes to check my clock. Right. So I think at some point I did crash in one of those wake ups and got back to sleep, and now I'm through it.
But historically, Tyson, you've always said that you are your most funny and entertaining on a lack of sleep.
Yes. Yeah. And I just barely felt it hit. Let me get a drink of coffee.
Yeah. Back when, we used to do the Survivor podcast, once a season, I feel like that there were times you'd stay up 24 hours to get ready for that.
Yeah. Just to be hilarious. The thing is it's really a fine balance between being extra funny and being too tired to do anything and being delirious. So it's got to be that moment before delirium sets in, but when you still feel like you are in full control of your faculties. Yeah.
Had a great time being a guest on The Pod Has Spoken this week.
That was really fun. We had some great viral moments. People on TikTok over there loving our ideas for some season 50 strategies. And
your ideas.
You were inspiration, Rob.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have gone as hard as I did if you weren't there with me every step of the way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, here with us every step of the way, of course, it's Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
Pretty good. Rob really does tickle the ideas just right out.
I love talking about ideas.
It gets them to flow. He opens the spigot.
The sloth terrarium is open.
One of the finest parts of News AF ever.
If we had a billionaire backer to fund every single sloth terrarium idea, would we have ended up being profitable?
Something would have hit.
Yeah.
Our houses would be filled with thousands of our discarded products.
That's true. But
entire garages filled with great items that nobody appreciated.
Yeah. The one that hits, though, would really.
Oh, my gosh. Finally, I'd get that gold-plated helicopter I've always deserved.
And would we all go in on a private island together, or
We'd all get our own islands for each other.
Maybe like an archipelago we could all like visit.
We get
Yeah.
a peninsula
Yeah.
and
But
wall
if
it off.
somebody, the technology is just about there. Have AI listen to every single episode of News AF, all of the
Oh, yeah.
ideas we've ever come up with. Like, there's got to be at least $3 billion ideas that we've talked about in 10 years, at least.
at
Yeah,
least?
you want AI to sort it out and give us the real winner.
And
Mm,
frankly,
what you're saying?
we probably won't even sue you. We probably even forgot it was our idea. We'd see it like, oh, that was a good idea.
yeah.
Probably won't sue you.
Like, yeah, well, it
That's
was
the
your
key
idea
word.
from 2017, idiot.
Yeah, and you shared it publicly.
Mhm.
I don't trust AI anymore.
No?
Oh,
What
why?
happened?
Has it
we-
been saying mean things about you?
No, we watched a movie called Black Bag,
Black bag.
Bag.
Yeah.
Interesting.
and it's about a spy couple, husband and wife, with Michael
Mhm.
Fassbender as
Oh, yeah.
the star, and his wife is what is her name? Very famous woman,
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett, and he's tasked with figuring out who the traitor is out of the 5 people who actually have the clearance
Is it
to
Boston Rob?
actually have the information. No, it's not Boston Rob. Everyone thinks it
Tyson
is.
did this sound like a reality TV show just starring 2 megastars.
It's not a reality TV show. So
Okay,
they're
sorry.
working in the Secret Service, and Michael Fassbender's high up somewhere and has to like figure out. It opens with like a guy giving him a list of 5 names and be like, one of these guys is a traitor. You have to figure out who. So he throws a dinner party, tries to figure it out. And he's like renowned for being able to read lies. So anyways, the ending is like,
Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah, Tyson. Spoiler alert.
well, so the ending, you're like, did I get that right? Like what? And so we asked AI, and they were like, well, and then they ended up on this Paradise Island in the tropics, and you're like, no, they didn't. And you're like, oh, forgive me, they didn't.
Oh, so it just made
Mhm.
stuff up.
And then you're like, just kidding, they were on a tropical island. They're like, that's like I said. And they're like, they weren't, I was testing you. And they're like, oh, ha 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 ha, again, sorry, I'm learning. And I was like, the movie's out there. The
What was
script
this?
is out there.
ChatGPT?
Grok.
Grok. Oh, see, I feel like that Grok is like ChatGPT. I feel like is a little bit behind the times. If you ask it about something like very current, it doesn't know. But I feel like that Grok is better in terms of stuff that's happening currently, and because it can look at like Twitter and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
real
But-
time.
Oh, okay, so it's interesting. Grok was way off.
Yeah,
Or
and-
Grok has access to the script for Black Bag 2.
Or I thought they might have been reading a script for, but then the movie was made different than what was
Mhm.
actually written in the script, or if there's a book or something, I don't know. But whatever it was, Grok continually got the ending wrong. And we had to explain to Grok what the ending was. And then Grok agreed with us, which I was like, that's not helpful.
Mhm.
And then I was like, tell Grok we're tricking him. And so then we were like, just kidding, your ending was correct. And he's like, see, I told you, I knew. And then you're like,
Wow.
no, you weren't. And they were like, oh, see, sorry, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Circuits are catching fire. and
Tyson,
all
It's
don't
that.
just-
antagonize the
Yeah,
AI.
what are you doing?
It was on my friend's account. And it's,
Oh, well, that's safe.
and it's, yeah, Grok is just a yes man.
It's like early days, and we've talked about this chat rooms. Make sure you use your friend's account to insult AI, right? Never your own.
Yeah.
The bots will be sent to their house.
Yes,
to yours.
exactly. And I
Yeah.
also was like, bro, I would not poke the bear of
Poke
this.
the Grok.
Yeah.
But apparently, I don't know. Grok might not be as connected as we're led to believe.
None of them
because-
are as awesome as we want to be,
No.
or want to believe, or as we are told.
Mhm.
Yes, correct.
Absolutely.
All
They
of that.
endlessly over promote AI. Doesn't mean it won't become something, but currently it is not so great. So
It
Yeah.
depends on how you're using it. In terms of like generating new stuff, I don't know how great it ultimately ends up being, except for our thumbnails, which it does a really great job on. But I feel that it's
but it took
best
like
for,
a year for it to get good at thumbnails.
Yeah, sure.
Learning exclusively
Sure.
off of us and our comments.
Yes.
Yeah. I like
Yes.
to give it a bunch of stuff and like, can you make sense of this?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I
then it'll
haven't
just make
overall.
something up. That's what Tyson's saying. It's just going to make up
Mhm.
whatever it wants.
Yeah, I was asking AI for some sports betting advice
Yeah.
to see like if it could crunch the numbers more and if we could find some discrepancies here and there. And it's the same thing. It's just a yes guy. You're
Mhm.
like, okay, well, what about this? Oh yeah, there is that factor.
So it's like a
then
loyal,
the
stupid
outcome's
friend.
different. Yes,
Yeah.
It's like an improv
that's pretending to be
partner.
smart.
Yes, and yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an improv partner it's a loyal friend that's supportive, that's
So loyal.
trying to be smart and make every idea their own idea when it
It's
was
so
actually your
supportive.
idea to begin with. Yeah.
Mhm.
So whatever.
Mhm.
Use those.
Yeah,
with a
suck
grain
it,
of salt.
AI. Tyson hates you. Put that on the record.
Put that in
Mike
your black
Tyson.
bag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put that in.
Mike Tyson
Write that
hates
down.
you.
Mhm.
I know
Okay.
it's making enemy list, so Tyson's on it now.
That's just making up the names on the enemy list.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
It is. And I could
Mhm.
just be like, yo, AI, Tyson Apostol is
That
your
wasn't
best
me.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't me. You
That
got it
wasn't me.
wrong.
Sure?
Yeah. Yeah. We just all we did was what's that called when you convince somebody that they're wrong when really they're not?
You gaslit
we gaslit AI.
Grok?
Yeah, we gaslit Grok.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of these news stories. And this is a big one that came out this week about how DoorDash, the popular site to be able for my wife to order coffee at any point, at any time, for no good reason.
For 10x
They've
the
announced-
price.
Yeah. I just get an alert on my phone the other day. Oh, you've ordered 2 Starbucks coffees to a parking lot. Okay, for $20.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
insane.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I could get into that story. But
Yeah, should we?
no.
Were
No,
you there?
because
Were
No,
you
this
I
there to get
story,
wasn't. I
coffee?
wasn't there. It was for. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm having coffee with my friend. Don't worry." She gave me the money. It's like, okay, well, like,
It's not going to help me pay any of the bills.
yeah, it's like you spent $20 of the money and then also pocketed $7 from your
Yes.
friend.
sweet,
Turning
sweet
profits
deal on
every
everyone.
way.
Like, what the
Oh
hell?
my gosh, it's all the time.
Mhm.
This
Like
is like when a
Rachel's-
kid sells something you gave him and says that, "Don't worry, I made some money on the deal." You're like, "You made my money." On
Yeah.
the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
only spent
Can I open a
$20
lemonade
for 2
stand?
coffees.
It's
Yeah.
an adult lemonade stand is what it is. It's lemonade standing. And Rachel does it too, where she's like, I booked the Airbnb for everybody. Everybody Venmo me $700. And I was
Mhm.
like, but my credit card bill got the Airbnb, but all the $700 from
Went to
everybody
her
for me-
Venmo. Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Mhm.
That's called lemonade standing.
All right. I digress. All right. But DoorDash has now has an option where they've partnered with Klarna. Do you know about Klarna?
Yes.
Yes.
What is
Buy now,
Klarna?
pay later on DoorDash. You could pay for your fast food orders now in installments.
Okay, when I
Good.
first saw this headline a couple of weeks ago, I thought this was a joke. I
Nope.
was like, "This is
It
no,
is.
pay
It is a
buy
joke,
now,
but it's
pay
real.
later." That's insane. Who would do that for a
Your
Chipotle
coffee-
burrito?
Your 2 coffees are only $2 a month for the next 4 months.
I know, right? That's insane. This is insane. This is out of control, and DoorDash and Klarna should be broken up by the federal government because this should not even be an option.
Yeah.
By the way, DoorDash, I am totally against DoorDash and
Oh.
all of those Uber Eats things.
Why?
Go
I
out
don't
and get your
trust 'em.
own food. That's just the bare
Yeah.
minimum. That's what you should
It's
be doing.
cheaper
for
and it's
food made by
quicker.
other people.
No,
and it's
here's the
not that
thing.
big of a deal unless
Here's
you
the
are an
thing.
invalid and you
Mhm.
are
If you
stuck
don't
at
have a
home.
car, if you don't
you-
have a car, like there's a
Don't-
lot of people that don't
no.
have cars now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that
even
don't
then,
have cars.
Even then, it's insane to me. I hear of so many people who use DoorDash. I think you have a car, Tyson. Thank you. That is a
Yeah.
good point.
Somebody asked
You are
me the other day if
physically
I ever
able.
used that, and I was like, no. And they were like, why? I was like, because I have a car.
Yeah.
Physically
And
able.
by the way, if my rule is I'll only go out and get food and I won't use DoorDash, I get food a lot less because I'm so lazy.
Yeah.
But my hard and fast rule of not using DoorDash, it keeps me from actually spending money,
Well,
because even drive-throughs seem like a lot of
not
work.
every place will deliver, and so it is good for that. So I do think that there is a time and a place for it, but it does infuriate me when other people in my house are door dashing, where it's like, I get it. Hey, I'm busy working.
Yeah.
That the other people using it are just being lazy and could be going out and picking up food
Yeah.
and are choosing not to.
When my in-laws visit, that's all anybody does is DoorDash. I'm like, this seems really over the top.
So when this story was circulating in the last couple of days, a common question that was asked was, how would Dave Ramsey react?
That's
to
exactly what I was
people
thinking just now.
using installment payments for their fast food
I'll
orders.
be the caller.
Yeah.
You be Dave Ramsey.
Okay, caller, go ahead. Okay.
All right. I was born in the early 2000s.
All right.
And I do love avocado toast, but
Okay.
I don't want to get my driver's license because my parents have been driving me around, and it's just like seems scary. And most of the stuff I can just do from my phone. So I just DoorDash.
What kind of phone do you have?
I have the newest iPhone 16 Max Plus with 2 terabytes, and it's on an auto renewal. So I get the new phone every year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I get hungry sometimes, and my mom won't bring my food to my apartment anymore, even though she only lives a block away. So
that's
I DoorDash avocado toast because I don't want to walk the block and a half to.
What do you do for work? What do you do for work?
What's your take-home pay?
I'm a student. I'm a student, so I took out some loans, and I'm using. Yeah,
you're gonna want take your phone and throw it into the ocean. It's the only way that you could be stopped.
But then I'll get a new phone. It's under. I have the full coverage from AppleCare. AppleCare. It's only $700 a month.
$700.
Yeah, that covers loss and theft.
Okay. If somebody lost or stole your phone, you'd be coming out ahead right now.
But
Dave is not going to like this.
Dude, his head's going to explode.
But I'm applying on LinkedIn for jobs.
400 jobs a week, but nobody will take a medieval tapestry graduate. That's just a shame. So, I mean, you have to eat. That just makes sense. No car. Mom won't bring you tuna casserole anymore. Yeah. What else can you do? You would die in that apartment without DoorDash.
Yeah. Do we know what the interest rate is on the pay later DoorDash installment plan is?
I don't know, but I get that for everything. Anything that you're like on when you PayPal somebody, they're like, you've qualified for it. And I was like, have I? Because I never even asked for it. It's like Amazon. You want tortoise food? It's $18 now, or $7 a month for 4 months. I don't know.
We brought this up at the very beginning of our union as a podcast. This is all heading towards salt mines, because eventually you will be so indebted to so many people that they will pass you around. Like from salt mine to ore mine to orbital.
But we never talked about it as a debtor's prison. We talked about that as when the aliens
No.
over,
The first conversation came up when AT&T was promoting those agreements, and nobody knew what was in the
terms
agreement.
of service.
Terms of service. So these Klarna terms of service, which Klarna already sounds like an overlord.
Yeah,
like
it does sound like that's like the aliens that have come down.
The word is prepping us for the when they take over. When the great
Hail
Klarna descends from the sky.
They definitely didn't focus group that. They didn't focus group that, because I'd be like, that sounds scary.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Klarna
it's just
rolls off the
very it's very, very useful and helpful for people who can't afford it, unless they still can't pay it back after we've given them time. And then, and only then, is it a very, very big problem.
They're like, Lord Klarna demands that we use his name in the brand, and laying the groundwork for the great Klarnation takeover.
All hell Klarna.
All hell Klarna. All hell Klarna. That's what we'll be
Klarna,
chanting
Klarna.
as they march us onto the ships to send us into space to mine heavy metals.
Mm.
Everybody's going to be owing somebody else all they have.
On a
including
scale
their
of like
lives.
1 to really evil, how evil is the person who invented Klarna? Or is that a useful tool that's actually helpful?
I need to see
people?
how much dark wood is in the boardroom before I can make that assessment.
Useful tool, Tyson. Okay. Also, this episode of News AF is sponsored by Klarna. Hey, need some help paying for those onion rings or waffle fries? Klarna is here to help with installment plans ranging from 5, 10, 15, or 30-year term. You can help pay for that fast food that you want today. Use promo code NEWSAF for a free
that
cup
true?
holder.
All hell
Klarna.
Hail Klarna. Use promo code Hail Klarna. Oh, Arnazon.corn in the chat says, I invented Klarna.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Corn.
There is a connection between those two.
Jeff Bezos is like, how can I hurt people more?
Well, with Klarna.
Yeah. Sasu in your pants says, I'm poor, so it's useful. Okay. Yeah, if it's useful. I think there's a time and a place for things that are too expensive that you need.
Yeah, buying life-saving medicine.
But if you're getting Starbucks coffee on a payment plan, like you got,
or even worse, Burger King.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Burger King DoorDash to you, because then it's not. Imagine how horrible it is. That's the thing, is that a lot of these DoorDash things are so much more terrible after they've sat in a car that's, I can't even. I mean, the mixtures.
Someone's
of smells,
upholstered seats that's been farted into a million times, and food is
every upholstered seat has been farted into a million.
And we
times.
know that it holds the farts for hundreds of years. It's like it's like an Egyptian tomb. It's like just holds those farts, and then they seep into the bag, and then into your.
So you're thinking Dr. Jurassic Park in the future, whoever the Jurassic Park.
Yes, they'll cut open upholstered seats and withdraw DNA from humans,
from fart mist.
Our DNA, yes, absolutely. Hundreds and hundreds of samples.
Will they be able to
recreate the human race?
Look, we've all farted into
a mixture of all of them. They'll be like, we can't tell how many humans are here, so we're just going to build a thing from all the DNAs. Yeah, and it's like
fart soup in those seats.
8 arms and 17
leather
legs.
Seats rejected immediately, so those just like reflect like a mirror reflecting the sun. But
do they?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know if they do.
I'm so glad we've gone off on this tangent. They're really helpful.
Yeah. It's all coming back to Klarna. All roads lead to Klarna. All hell Klarna.
Yeah, good. Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Here's a story that a lot of people were talking about over the weekend, and I thought that this would be something fun to talk about. Did either of you catch everybody talking about this influencer who posted his day for everybody to take a look at?
Yeah, I love that. I love all of the people mocking him, and then I love him getting on and being like, if you can't be creative enough. And then didn't he get arrested for?
Did he get arrested?
I don't know. I thought he got in trouble.
Well, this is Ashton Hall. Okay. Yeah. So we'll show you some of the highlights of his video. Let me find out.
So I did not watch this or read this because I had seen somewhere that a lot of people thought it was fake.
It is going viral everywhere, though.
Yeah. And so when I saw that it might be fake, I'm like, I'm not interested.
Yeah. I don't believe that he's got maybe Chad, if you have any other updates about the influencer in question, but the video has been making a lot of waves.
Yeah, he probably has
for sure fake. It's for sure fake. Yeah. Like nobody lives like this and feels cool.
Yeah. Okay. So let me explain for people who are listening to the podcast, especially. He begins his day at 3:52 a.m. Taking off the mouth tape. I gotta be honest. I'm thinking a lot about the mouth tape.
I hate the mouth tape.
Well, that is a truth. So so far nothing to.
Okay. 3:52. Now he spends the next 6 hours on the morning routine from things like brushing his teeth. Okay, no big deal. He goes outside. He does push-ups. He reads a book. He meditates. He journals. He goes to the gym. He runs. He has a lot of fancy blue water.
Yeah. He also has like a Bentley that drives next to him when he's running. He faces his ice. He face ices his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he does a lot of stuff that like people are like, oh, that's a healthy thing to do. And you're like, is it though? Is like ice facing your number one thing that you should do? Why not just like eat better? He could have taken the stairs instead of ridden the elevator and saved himself some time running on the treadmill.
Then he goes in the pool also. He jumps in the pool.
Yeah.
It just seems like Tyson, he seems like kind of inefficient with his time management.
So inefficient.
I don't understand how he's been awake for 4 hours. And all he's done is like go to the gym and taken a shower. And then he rubs the banana on his face. That I have questions about the banana.
I think that's a new trend. That there's something good in it supposedly. But
do you wipe it off right away?
I don't know.
You wanted to crustify?
I don't know.
Let me see. Okay.
But there's so many trends of people. Like there's a guy who I saw one where it's literally 4 minutes, but like it's like this, but the time only changes 4 minutes. And he's like taking a flight somewhere and then graduating college and doing all this stuff. And it's like, look at how efficient I am. And it's just this.
People who wake up early are always obnoxious.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just doing a Mark
You're not
Walker,
an early riser, Danny?
I get up early, but I don't have a routine. My routine is to get my kids ready and out the door.
Yeah, mine is too. And then just stumble back home and figure the life out again.
Tyson, wouldn't this be a great mediocre amateur video of Danny's morning routine?
It would be boring. I don't wipe anything on my face. I could come up with some things to wipe on my face.
Yeah.
But I don't have a Bentley driving next to me while I run.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could somehow spruce it up. Like I said, I think I could ask Grok, how could I make a viral video of my morning routine?
They wouldn't get it right. He'd be like, he'd just explain, he'd tell you this exact thing and be like,
no, I think that Grok ingests all of these trends because there's endless trends on TikTok. TikTok is just heavy on hacks. I think it's ingesting all of those and it could just pick out the best ones. And then I love them.
I love the hacks.
Yeah, into my morning routine.
I hate watching things like this because then I'm like, oh, should I be putting banana on my face?
No, I love this because I'm like, these poor imbeciles that are watching this thinking that it's like the same thing.
That's
like,
me.
Yeah. And do you click
You're
on the
not
links
being influenced.
Like,
yeah.
Eight habits.
I am being influenced.
8 habits all billionaires have. I knew that Rachel read that list as soon as she started making our bed every morning. Like first thing, I was like, what are you doing? We're just going to mess that up later, you know?
The only habits I'm interested in are like the Coke and ice cream habits of billionaires.
Yeah, where they're like,
not cocaine,
a Dr. Pepper every day.
Right. Yeah. Warren Buffett eats a hot dog. They say it takes 8 minutes off your life.
Yeah.
Hey, look at him.
He would have lived to 700.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let me just give a couple of things from the chat. Matt BKC says The Rock would have had all this done by 4 a.m. That's true.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't have even bragged about half of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And Sasu in your pants says maybe he can Klarna some actual skincare if he can't afford the moisturizer.
Yeah. I think I saw on Twitter that he was in trouble financially after big flexes like this.
Okay. Well, he spent all his money on like all that water.
Bananas.
Mel Hooker says avocado toast on your face.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And you have to get it Klarna'd through DoorDash.
A guacamole infusion every morning. I mean,
well, he has 8 million Instagram followers, so maybe it's working. Hustle core content, shirtless workouts, and hyper disciplined lifestyle posts.
Shirtless workouts.
Yeah,
of course.
He didn't even lift weights. He just did cardio.
I thought I would
even argue to say he didn't even do cardio. He pretended to do cardio.
Yeah. So,
like, how old is this person, you think?
He's younger.
I can find out.
20.
He's a lot younger. He's like a former college football guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm not interested in hacks that young people do to stay healthy if you're in your 20s. And I've said this
all you have to do is be young.
He's
Yeah,
29, Danny.
Yeah, I'm not interested in your hacks. I'm interested in the 60-year-old hack, not the stupid advertisement for all the how long of chair exercises do you have to do to look like this totally yoked 60-year-old AI human?
Yeah, I get that too. The chair
The
exercise
chair, I'm
guy.
like,
I don't
this
get
is
that.
this is
You're
insane,
not old enough,
okay?
maybe.
But I am
Oh,
interested in
it's
the
only for
60-year-old
46
chair
year-olds.
hack.
Yeah.
That's the hack I'm interested in. You made it to 60. You're looking good. What are you doing? If you're in your 20s, I don't care. Get your hacks out of my face.
Nobody cares.
No, well, lots of people, 8 million people care. That's the
They
problem.
shouldn't care.
Yeah.
Yes.
People were mocking him nonstop, and he made a post that was like, imitation is a form of flattery. And you're like, no, they're
Greatest
not
form of
imitating
flattery.
you.
Yeah.
They're mocking you.
Yeah. Does he show what time he goes to bed when he wakes up at 3:52?
He probably just stays up working out and dunking
by
his
the
face
way,
all day.
And it's so nice for people who don't have kids. Whenever they talk about sleep routine, I'm like, yeah, try a sleep routine.
That's what I'm jealous of with this guy.
Impossible.
Nobody's like, Dad.
Yeah.
Really?
He
Are
has
you
all
jealous
this
of
downtime.
that?
I am a little jealous of that because he has all this time to focus on himself.
Yeah, it is true, but I mean,
Well, again,
Rob,
that's why your hacks have no value to me, because we're not living in the same world. Give me a hack where you have kids that are waking up or going to bed at their own times, and that's influencing you. And then also you're older and you have to do exercises. It's just like, get out of my face. Get your hacks out of my face.
All right. Well, now I'm also very confused. Here's another hack. Okay. This is not for waking up at 3:52. This is for sleeping. And this says that wearing socks to bed enhances your sleep quality.
No, I hate
Yes.
Yeah,
Having
I can't sleep with
socks on your feet is like your feet are being smothered.
Mm.
It
I
is
have to
such
have
a
a shirt
distraction.
on. I have to have a shirt on, but I can't have socks on. Socks, my feet are what regulate my entire temperature in bed. If it's a little too hot, I can just uncover my feet and leave my bare feet out, and that brings it so it's not as hot. And if I'm cold, warm those.
This is probably for people who sleep with a
up.
t-shirt, no bottoms, and then socks. Like maybe that you can have 2 of the 3, but you can't have all 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you can have a shirt and boxers, or shirt boxer, or boxers and socks, or shirt and socks, which is psycho. But that's it.
The sock people, they fell asleep 7.5 minutes faster. And they slept 32 minutes longer, and they had fewer awakenings.
I've tried this. I've tried the sock hack, and it doesn't work. It was so
DKMGs is like you always have to cover your feet because of the ghosts. I do agree. You do have to burrito yourself in there and lock yourself in. But if
Tyson's a giant, his feet will dangle over the edge of a bed from time to time, I'm sure.
Wow.
But I do want to keep them from ghosts. That's for sure. But if there's someone else in the room when Rachel's there, it's totally fine. Or if there's a little bit of light on, or if there's a little bit of light on, the ghosts aren't coming in. So generally, like today, I left the window open in the hotel, partly so that I would wake up on time. But that scares a lot of ghosts away because they'll go to a darker room.
That's true. They don't like the day.
Bare feet
but I feel like that I see so much data that, if you want to sleep really good, you need to be a very cold temperature. Is it maybe, do I need to have my room be like 62 degrees, but put socks on?
No, your room should be 69 to 71 degrees. And 68 is okay, but I feel like 69, and this is no sexual innuendo or pun or anything whatsoever, is optimal for sleeping.
Yeah. Not optimal for a lot of things.
You want it to be cold enough that you have to like cozy in a little bit to stay comfortable.
I feel like human sleep is a mild form of hibernation. You do need to be cold.
Yeah. Sleep by definition is a form of hibernation.
Well, there you go. So it does need to be cold. And bears don't wear socks.
I need a sleep divorce.
Bears don't wear
socks.
It. Yeah? You're divorcing yourself from sleep?
No. I need to divorce myself. That all of the sleep things that are going on there, all like, devoted to like what is going to work for my wife. It is like, I need the ceiling fan on. I need all these blankets. I need this. I'm like, well, yeah, what about what I need?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing is
that's
that
true.
I have to, it's a fine balance because Rachel's always cold. So she's like, it's so
Mhm.
cold in here. I was like, it's 78,
Mhm.
and she's like, I'm freezing. It's like, okay. So it's like, how much can I trick her into forgetting that it's chilly in the house so that I can sleep okay?
Well,
And
that's why sleep divorce is such a trend right now.
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
do have an extra room that's
I'm open
really
to it.
not being used hardly at all. And I am actually open to it too. It feels so nice. But we
Mhm.
already sleep with separate blankets. So she has like a
Mhm.
down comforter on her side, and I have just a sheet and a thin blanket on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ask my wife every morning, how'd you sleep? She's like, horrible. Like, it's not even working anyway, all the stuff that she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it would make an impact on me.
Yeah. I can't sleep. Yeah. You know why?
Mhm.
Because it's way too hot in here, and you've got too many blankets
Yeah.
and too many
So-
pillows.
Too many pillows.
Yeah.
Also, don't get me started. But
Rachel was like, our pillows suck. That's why I'm not sleeping good. I was like, I literally have bought none of these pillows ever. So don't put that on
The
me.
blood's on your hands.
blame yourself.
Yeah. And we just got
Mhm.
new pillows, but let's throw them away. They'll end up at that textile dump in Chile in the Atacama Desert or
You
wherever.
can see it from space.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in the story. Tyson, you said that you were gonna wear socks to keep the ghosts away. And here's a story about a man who got his dying wish to be buried in a Snickers-inspired coffin.
Awesome.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me show you a little bit about the Snickers-themed coffin.
It's his last attempt to give his children something. He's like, I wasn't able to give you anything, but if I can get this Snickers thing, maybe they'll give you something. I love that.
Yeah. Okay, so here it is. The Snickers-themed coffin that says
Is he
on the
watching
outside.
Survivor in the background, or is that?
I don't know. I think that might
picture
be a
him?
picture of
These are
somebody.
slideshows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should be buried in the thing that contributed most to our death. Like you get buried in a hot dog.
He was known for his quick wit and mischievous sense of humor, and he was buried in a Snickers coffin.
Sounds
If you're
exactly
a coffin
like me.
maker, how stoked are you to finally have a different kind of coffin to build? Like
Well,
finally,
do you
a
think
challenge.
Snickers was stoked about this news?
Do you think
Oh,
that Snickers had already had this on the market and it's the cheapest coffin at the place? And
I don't
that's
think that
the-
they made it. I think that this was customized.
Wow.
Does it say Snickers anywhere on it? Because that could be a
They
copyright
could
thing.
sue him.
They could come,
Yeah.
dig him up, take the coffin. Oh,
Oh,
it
It does
does.
say
yeah.
Snickers on the front. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I think as long
risky.
as I think as long as it's not for profit, I think it's okay. I could be wrong. But
Yeah.
Well, the
if-
person who made the coffin got some
yeah,
sweet, sweet profit.
could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Okay. And this was his dream. He mentioned this as a joke one time, and then they ended up honoring him with
Great.
this tribute.
And this is exactly how it starts.
I would say,
Well, welcome
jokes are legal
everybody.
in
Welcome everybody to Paul's celebration of life. He would have wanted us to have fun. Check out his coffin. He's nuts. And then everybody laughs. And
until they
then,
find the hidden will stuffed in the couch cushions. Do not bury me in a Snickers box.
Okay. So then let me ask you guys, what novelty product do you want to be buried in? Danny, maybe a box
Dew.
of hot tamales?
No, I do
Cool.
like hot tamale. Does it have to be candy? Maybe in a can of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, a giant can
Oh,
or a bottle. Do you prefer
wow.
canned Mountain Dew or
Wow, like a
bottled Mountain Dew?
big Mountain Dew
can.
can that's like a
Yeah.
cylinder. I mean, that would be
And
a
they
beautiful
Pour
tribute.
me into the grave. Like I come out of that
Oh, they
hole.
liquefy you,
No. My whole body just slides out into the hole as they tip it on its
and then
side.
they can use it
reuse
again,
the
or-
can. Yeah.
Mhm.
Recycle, reuse.
Yeah,
Should be a glass bottle then.
that'd be great.
Like
Yeah. Put me in the
Yeah.
ocean in a glass bottle. See where I go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What about you,
I-
Tyson?
I mean, what product
bag of
really
chips.
defines me? Does
Popcorn.
that define me? I do love popcorn,
A theater
Mhm.
popcorn, a novelty theater.
That's more of like a
bucket.
body bag than a coffin, though.
but you could do like a square
Mhm.
popcorn.
Yeah, the
to-
old.
like a
thing.
Cracker Jacks.
Yeah. I could do that. Not Cracker Jacks. That's candy. That's old
from,
timey treats.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well,
It's
you have to
like
be
with
over
some
80.
Bit-O honey and Charleston chews. Although
Mhm.
those are all both delicious candies.
I do like Charleston chews. I don't know
Yeah.
what it's made out of.
Charleston Chew.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I think there's some caramel in there.
No, it's nougat. Is it
Nougat, which
nougat?
is this
Nougat?
mysterious substance that I was probably made in some factory that has no windows. Nobody
Yeah.
knows what really goes on in there.
Rob, what would you be buried
I don't really
in?
have like a certain food stuff. I do eat a
Yeah.
lot of junior mints, but I don't know if I want to be in a junior mint box.
What about a
I think it's up
giant
to you.
microphone?
I think it's up to me. I have to say it has to be something that like, oh, he joked around about this.
So you're saying that because Danny and I have joked around about being fired into space naked, holding each other,
Tumbling
That-
for eternity in orbit.
till as we take out satellites
Yeah.
on impact.
Well, I think that Danny's makes sense. I don't know if we've necessarily figured out a like appropriate, funny homage to you to
and
have
by the
be your
way,
coffin.
Since they did this just on an offhand joke, I don't want to be buried in a Mountain Dew can. Okay,
I'm glad you said something,
I
Danny.
know. This guy. It sounds like he made some offhanded, probably alcohol.
I get a
joke.
I get a phone
And-
call from Liz. I was like, Liz, I don't remember Liz ever contacting me by phone for like 15 or 20 years, maybe even since when I lived in Utah. What does she want?
She's like,
Hey Liz, what's up? Danny just died. What's the funniest way we can? And he's like, he always talked about the Mountain Dew can dumping him, but
Mhm.
I thought he wanted his body liquefied so it came out like liquid, but he doesn't. He wants his body to just slide out and plop into the hole. She's like, I think we can do that. And then your brothers are like, can we pay that out of the family trust? And they're like, yeah, it's pretty funny. We should.
well, you'll have to wait for my body to be released by Klarna.
That's
they're-
true
they're
because
going
they
to
own.
They get the first go at it.
Yeah.
They're like,
That's true.
Once his body's been released by
If you
Klarna,
own
let's see
anything,
how
yeah.
big it is, and
Yeah.
then we'll decide on the size of the novelty coffin.
Our novelty coffin's a way to go, and like you'll go to cemeteries, and it'll just be like works of modern art of giant food products, and it's just like Mountain Dew can that somebody's inside that Snickers bar box, somebody's
And I think
inside
you should have
that.
the can protruded from the ground slightly, like those
Well,
old, like catacombs, and so people can
Yeah.
peer through the can into my the hole and see my body.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
a novelty grave makes more sense than a novelty coffin.
Yeah. Andy Warhol's baked beans can or whatever he had there. That would be hilarious. There's so many like works of art you could do. And why not make it a little sprucier at those cemeteries? Because then maybe the property value would go up when you
But I
live
do
near a
think
cemetery.
you need a novelty coffin specialist that you consult to, because you're not in the mood for novelty ideas, right? When it happens. So you go to-
Sometimes that sorrow brings the most hilarity.
well,
like-
but it'd be nice to have someone you could lean on, a novelty coffin guy or gal, and they'll help guide you to the best novelty coffin, probably through the use of AI to get you the one that you deserve for eternity.
Yeah, that's true.
Your eternal home. A
Does it have to be
giant
food related?
No, heck no. It could be
Okay.
anything.
Just
Yeah.
needs to be tube shaped, I think.
I would also like a giant statue of something awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, like me writing. Where
where would the statue be? Like in your front lawn, or you'd like
Oh,
at the
no,
top of
at
like
my
some of your
grave.
greatest? Oh,
Like me, like riding a majestic horse with a beautiful woman in my arms, like a romantic novel.
Do you like horse?
I hate horses. I guess a robotic horse would be more my thing.
Okay. You'd rather ride a robotic horse, a 10,000-pound robotic horse?
Wow.
Yeah, that would be way awesome.
that would be badass.
Yeah, right. See, look, I've got Rob
Robotic
on board,
horse,
a
yeah.
robotic horse, a beautiful woman in my arms who I've
Okay.
obviously just rescued.
Yes.
And then me just rippling muscles, just yoked to the max,
Hmm.
and a big
Okay.
smile on my face. That
Oh,
also, I don't want that. This isn't legally this binding what I'm saying right now. Okay,
Is it or is it not?
throw
What did you
that
say?
out. Liz will be like, it drove us to poverty, but we got him what he wanted.
Yeah, it's,
The robotic horse statue.
We gave everything to Klarna.
Yeah, we
It was
got a
Danny's
loan
last
from
wish.
Klarna for Danny's statue.
to make the very jacked statue of Danny with a beautiful woman as he's
Oh my
riding a mechanical
gosh.
horse.
All hell
Oh
Klarna.
my gosh.
Hail Klarna.
All hell Klarna.
All right. How about this is a story of there's a TikTok filter that needed to get removed. They're
Sounds like
calling
most
it,
of them.
well, the chubby filter has been taken down off of TikTok, the controversial filter that allowed users to alter photos and make themselves look
They had a
heavier.
big chubby. Oh,
No.
Oh,
I was
What was it
confused.
doing?
I didn't know what exactly you were talking about.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that for Danny, that for many people, for years and years before they were watching the video, said that, wow, Danny Bryson, that is his voice,
The most
that
obese
one
voices.
of a portlier man, and then they found out no. But if they wanted to see what Danny might look like if he was to gain a bunch of weight,
Yeah.
they had
Match
this
his
filter.
voice. If he was to match his voice,
Mm-hmm.
they could do it.
Yeah.
They could
Now,
do it in real time, I'm sure, as an option, right? On TikTok, I could do like a thing talking with the filter on. Is that an option?
Yeah. I think
No,
it's a
I don't know
video-
if you can
no,
talk with
just
it
a
on because
photo.
there's a song that plays, and the song is a song.
Oh.
It's not a song that I know well. It's called "Anxiety" by
Oh.
Doechii.
Yeah. My daughters love that song.
Yes,
It's Gautier's do 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 do
Oh yeah.
do do.
yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, and then it's a rapper, a female rapper. Pretty good song, actually.
hmm Yeah.
And my girls love that song.
Well, it's being taken down for implicit body shaming with comments like, "This trend is mean girl coded."
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get that, but also, I mean, there's so many things that could go wrong.
Yeah.
What if you are portly? What if I'm portly and I get on there and it actually makes me skinnier? And I'm like,
It doesn't. Well,
what the
Yeah,
hell?
Make you
I'm
maximum chub.
It'd make me
Mhm.
more chub.
It'd make you a big chub,
mhm.
max chub.
yeah.
I don't
People
know.
are not liking it, but I don't know. Is it body shaming if it's not my real body?
Yeah.
You know, it's important that we address these issues before the VR really gets good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if in VR you decided to be chubby, would that be not acceptable? I mean,
No.
we can
I
address
think-
these issues right now. Well, obviously, yes, Tyson, because they had to remove the filter.
And take it down.
But what's the
Okay.
point of being in VR with no legs if you can't decide what your upper body looks like? Like, isn't that the whole point?
I mean,
of
but there's
living in a
also
fake world.
filters of like missing
Old-
teeth.
Yeah, and old
Mhm.
people,
old people, and so there's ageism. There's
anti-back,
dentism.
yeah,
Anti-dentism. That means teeth in
Yeah.
Latin.
If you're an anti-dentite.
Yeah, an
Yep.
anti-dentite. And there's a lot of all of them. Not all of them, but most of them are offensive or body shaming in some capacity.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you could find reason for all of them.
People were upset that, like, well, what if then this app is making people look like what I already look like?
Yeah.
Think about
And I'm-
that.
Well, look at me. I'm gaunt. I wish I was a little chubbier in the cheeks here. You know,
Mhm.
keep some of that baby fat in my face, but it's all
Yeah.
going away. Have you ever seen that movie Thinner? That's probably
Oh.
like, or
Yeah.
sometimes people call me Slender Man online, and that hurts my feelings.
People call you Slender Man?
Heard it before.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would be pissed if I was like a really jacked guy and then there was like an app that made people like, I see like, oh, now add muscles to your Instagram photos. I'd be like, I'm mad.
I'm naturally
That-
Jack, bro.
Yeah, I'm naturally jacked.
tell the
I don't want
difference.
people to have an app that they can look like me.
The Jack.
So you're
app.
saying like, I don't think it's not the same.
Hmm.
You really would be upset about that? Wouldn't you take, I would be like, yes, people want to look like me and I put all this hard work in. But the thing is, I can walk the walk in jogging next to my Bentley.
Yeah.
Like I'm still going to look
But-
cool.
But everybody's just on Instagram. Nobody's actually seeing. If I was actually on the beach, it would be one thing. But then everybody's just on Instagram. I was like, I can't tell who has real muscles and who has a filter.
Yeah. It's true.
So
I just
think about
assume
that.
anybody who is better than me on Instagram has some AI shit going on.
Mhm. Yeah. Maybe you just like write in the comment anybody that's better than you, just like nice filter.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a real insult.
And then they'll just like crash out like, it's not a filter. It's not. Like,
Ooh,
okay.
I love that. I love that idea. Yeah. Can we create an AI that just like anybody's best photo they have on Instagram just
Makes it
be like
worse.
cool
Oh,
filter.
here's the real photo.
And then it automatically dumbs it down to make it look like maximum acne, missing teeth, chubby filter, all of
like
it just
this idea.
combined.
Mhm.
Slender Man filter, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
I'm in.
All right.
That's
Now-
the sloth terrarium idea.
That's we cracked
$1
that one.
right there.
Yeah, you could
Okay.
add that to your viewing experience on your own personal Instagram. Just like make all my friends look like shit. And then you get on and you're scrolling and you're like, oh, Rob's not taking care of himself. Oh, Danny, the workout guy, look how stupid he looks now. And it's
So it's only on my
it's
phone.
only on your
Yeah.
phone. It's in your settings on Instagram.
But it makes
I
me
like
feel
it.
really good.
It makes
Yeah.
you feel so good. Oh, Tyson, I didn't know he was missing teeth.
Mhm.
Oh my God, look at him. Look at those.
His
look at how
morning
pale
routine
his-
is horrible.
Yeah, look at how pale his face is. Yeah, this is our next billion.
Put him in the
dollar
Snickers
idea.
casket now.
Yeah. Self-esteem booster is what it's called. Download it from the App Store. It overlays on all of your social medias to make everybody in your social media feed look completely
great.
fucking stupid.
This is
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Danny, are you ready to take us to your bolt hole for this week?
I am.
Okay. All right, here we go. The world famous Danny Bryson bolt hole.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
Yeah.
Eternally mission.
Feels a
Yes.
shame to stop that. Everyone's bracket for March Madness is bust.
Every
And-
single public bracket is
They're all
busted.
You guys saw that last
Busted?
night. They're all busted. And
Why?
if you remember a while, meaning that nobody's got it right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Has it
if you
been
re-
too unpredictable this year?
Yeah.
It's
It
always
always
something.
is every year.
That's why that one
Every
guy
year.
offered $1 billion.
Yeah.
If you remember it. But there was a deal going on, and a lot of people probably didn't even know about this. But the perfect bracket this year would have won you a trip to Mars had you managed to keep it
Oh,
alive,
so
all
you
the
think people
way.
were losing on purpose?
which is just a death sentence.
Yeah.
It's like you can go to Mars, or we can just give you cancer right now on Earth by blasting you with X-ray radiation or whatever.
Oh, those are your two choices if you win.
Well, yeah, if you don't want to go to Mars, you can still get the cancer here on Earth. But they were
Wow.
offering a trip to Mars.
Yeah.
And you can offer things like that when you feel pretty confident that nobody
Yeah.
will ever get it right. That's why that one person offered $1 billion, because
It's
it was
$2 for insurance. Yeah. $2.
it's like no
insurance.
way anyone will ever get this. Now, and I know this is all in the past because nobody has won, but I put this in my list of bolt hole because at the time it was still possible last week.
Mhm.
They had other things you could choose if you didn't want to go to Mars, which
Okay.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to. You
I
could
mean,
also
is somebody going to Mars though? How are you getting to Mars?
well,
Oh,
they were
William
promised.
William Dox in the chat says in the fine print it said candy factory in Pennsylvania, Mars.
Oh.
Mars
this is
candy
a
factory.
This says a trip to Mars on SpaceX Starship at
Yes,
some
yeah.
future
You're
date.
going to get there very quickly.
Now, here's the interesting thing. You can alternately choose a $250,000 cash prize, which doesn't seem, in my mind, to be equal to the amount of the SpaceX trip to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should be offering you probably $500 million as an alternative.
Yeah. I
Or,
mean, so would
yeah.
you take the trip to Mars and then try and sell it? Would you
Interesting.
get more than $250,000? Is it transferable?
Yeah, there's not a lot of, they should have had tons of small print, because the other thing is
Yeah.
you're taking someone's place on a trip to Mars. How fit do you have to be? What kind of training do you need to have? Are
No
you just
chubby
gonna,
filters allowed.
Mhm.
yeah, are you just going to be the third wheel on this thing with these like highly acclaimed
Super
scientists
sexy.
and
Oh,
super
yeah.
space people, and then you just got Bob
What's
sitting
more
there?
unlikely, winning the NCAA tournament with a perfect bracket or surviving a trip to Mars?
Oh, they're both so highly unlikely.
They figure if anybody is lucky enough to win a trip to Mars,
We need the luckiest person in the
We
world.
need to get rid of
for
them.
this.
We need to get rid of them. And dying on the red planet, the surface of the red planet alone, it just doesn't seem
Mhm.
like a great reward for
Mhm.
being the first person to just get a perfect bracket.
You just be cursing like, Purdue, why did you have to win?
yeah.
Butler.
So it went from $1 billion to certain death as a reward for a perfect bracket.
Yeah.
Um,
if I think what they did, well, I mean, can you imagine like sitting there with the scientists and you'd won this thing and they're like, so the equilibrium is or the parabolas equal this, which gives it in the space-time continuum, and you're
And
like,
you-
dude, you know what my favorite food is? Mountain Dew. And
Have
they're
you
like,
guys ever
"That's
had
actually
hot
not a
dog in
food."
your eggs?
Yeah.
I like to chop up hot dogs to put them in my eggs. Also, how much Mountain Dew do they put on the ship? They're like, we'll be drinking recycled urine. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically the same, right?
And you're like, same color.
That would be
as
the best
Mountain Dew.
part. It's also some college basketball bro who goes. This is like a great 90s comedy. You know, like I could totally see this getting.
Like all the scientists, and then the world's biggest college basketball fan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he went to Mars, and then the worst part is NASA has to build a statue of him on Mars.
Oh, that is
It's
the
like
worst
these two
part.
renowned scientists, and then Bradley, who
Mhm.
just got the perfect bracket. He's
Mhm.
also in that statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
thousands
Maybe
of
like a
years.
Shane Gillis would be good for the guy to go into Mars with the astronauts.
The perfect bracket.
Mhm.
But it doesn't even matter. Unfortunately, nobody's going to Mars this
Yeah.
year. There's always next year for the perfect bracket. And also, Tyson, I was thinking earlier when you were asking for betting advice from AI, how
Mhm.
many brackets were filled out by AI? How many people consulted AI? It had to have
Probably
been
so many.
tons. So many.
Mhm. Even
Um,
AI didn't do it.
Mhm.
I have some.
AI
college
will be going to
basketball
Mars
news.
regardless. of
Yes?
its
What is
bracket,
it?
though.
I'm going to be in person at both Final Four games and the championship
Oh,
game.
wow.
I got
Wow.
tickets.
Where? Where are they?
Ethan Zahn, my friend
Yes.
Ethan Zahn, our friend Ethan Zahn, has a friend who won 4 tickets, lower bowl, like 20 rows up, and he needed people to fill those spots.
He
and
needed
Ethan,
people.
Yeah.
Well, he invited Ethan, and Ethan invited me, and then so there's 4 of us going, and it's a hotel package, everything. It's so
yeah, what
awesome.
city is it in?
San Antonio.
Okay.
So I just had to pay the $350 flight to San Antonio, and I am going to see 3 of the highest level college basketball games in the country this year.
Wow.
That's exciting.
I'm
Well,
very
cut down
excited.
the nets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way better than
No.
going to Mars.
Yeah. Do you go to the men's and the women's? Do you get to see both? Or is that a
I think
different
just
ticket?
the men's. I think it's a different
Ah.
ticket. I think they're on different days. Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't been following the women's
Mhm.
bracket like I should.
Yeah. Oh, Paula just got a text from Klarna.
Oh,
Ooh.
hell,
Yeah,
Klarna.
Klarna.
They're listening. Hell Klarna.
Okay.
All right. I have an update from a story from, I believe, last week. We talked about Gene Simmons was charging people, I believe, $12,000 to be his personal assistant for the day,
He dropped
but
the
word
price.
came down. No, Gene Simmons has canceled 17 dates of his upcoming solo tour.
Wow.
Yes.
Well,
Good.
Yes. No specific reason has been provided for the cancellations, but it's confirmed it is not health related. Many are saying it's due to lack of interest.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's always a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. But
We've all been
the
there.
ultimate Gene Simmons experience is also not going to be available.
Yeah, because Klarna wouldn't cover it.
Nobody
Mhm.
paid. Nobody wanted to pay for it.
Yep. And also the Kiss one-off unmasked reunion show is going to be taking place in November.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah.
Mhm.
Really worried.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Tyson, can anybody win 4 tickets for the Kiss unmasked 50th anniversary?
They'll be giving those away. They'll be surprisingly cheap.
You and Ethan could wear the
Probably.
makeup and go.
I wouldn't put makeup on my face. That seems like a lot to clean up at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine?
Mhm.
I would maybe go see Kiss if it was not a cost to me financially or time-wise. So if there was a way I could see them without wasting 3 hours of my own life to see them.
Tyson, you should do a morning routine where you wake up at 4 a.m. and you put makeup on your face.
Just makeup and then go to the
And then-
concert.
Yeah, and then at nighttime, put your face in the bowl of ice to clean.
Then
Yes,
run out on the
yes.
street being followed by somebody on a 3-wheeler.
Yeah.
I mean, like you could really make it good. Once you involve makeup in your routine, everything just got better.
Exactly.
Full face makeup.
Mhm. Yeah, that's how you rock and roll all night and
Oh, yeah.
party every day.
Every day.
That's the soundtrack. Although this was like that influencer video had like no soundtrack, and it was like super loud. Every activity he was doing was like
Pop. Yeah.
Oh, it only proves that
I'm
it
reading the
really
book.
doesn't matter how quality your content is,
Mhm. Yeah.
you know, audio visual wise.
All right.
Yeah.
So once again, we have to come up with our beautiful image for this episode for people who watch us on the News AF YouTube channel, newsaf.news, to watch our video every single week. What is this week's thumbnail going to be?
Well, it has to involve Lord Klarna. Can we
Mm-hmm.
put that somehow in the thumbnail?
Lord Klarna sitting on a throne, a galactic throne,
Yeah.
while human
Made of money.
human servants bow in fear.
As servants eat fast food.
Yeah, servants eat fast food.
And
Well, Steve-
bow in subservience.
Yes, with a giant Snickers Snickers funeral box as the table.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that won't work.
Well, I think that we could say a disloyal servant is in a Snickers coffin.
Lies dead in a Snickers.
You know what?
Snickers
The
branded
picture that's
coffin.
being painted
They're not
in
going to
my
like that part.
Yeah, the picture being painted in my mind is like a Lord Klarna is like King Arthur in the round table, but seated there are all the fast food people, right? With Lord Klarna at the head.
Yeah.
And they just
I just want to see
everything.
what AI thinks Lord Klarna will look like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It knows because
Yeah.
well, it will do whatever it wants, what it can to please us.
Yeah. Anything about a morning routine? Should anybody
Yeah, I
get-
tried to think about that. What if his morning routines
Just put like a 3:30 a.m. timestamp on the whole thing. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, at 3:32.
or a guy in face paint doing bench presses.
Yeah.
Because he's
Kiss
Gene
face
Simmons. Yeah.
Yeah,
Here. Okay.
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
All right. Let's see what it does. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Danny, what's coming up for you?
What is
Yeah,
coming
we
up?
missed the banana.
Oh,
on
spring
face.
break. I have to
yeah.
do spring break
Next
Ooh.
week.
next week.
Disney.
Yes.
What are you
going to-
doing?
Disappointing everyone in my family probably with whatever
Mm-hmm.
I choose to do. Currently, our plan is to go to California, which we
Okay.
do
Mhm.
most years, and it needs to be warm because
Okay.
if everyone's inside, I might as well be here inside,
Yeah.
right? Why make all that
Sure.
the time and trouble to go to California and to sit inside? But that's what we're currently planning on doing. Spring break. Tyson, you already had yours, right?
Already had mine. Yep.
Yeah. And Rob, when's yours?
My kids are off next week, but we're not doing anything.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Well, I have to do something. So that's what I'll be doing. Spring break.
Mhm.
That's
Okay.
it.
All right. So let me show you what the wizards over at ChatGPT. They heard Tyson being a little hard on Grok,
Yeah.
so trying to win back Tyson's approval.
Ooh.
Okay, what do you think of this one?
I
Lord
like that.
Klarna.
That's incredible.
Mhm.
That's or pretty accurate. Look at 3:52 a.m.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Danny
Well, how
loves
do
it.
how do we know? I mean, this
Yeah.
is exactly if I was to have a dream of Lord Klarna ruling the universe, this is definitely how he holds counsel in his
Mhm.
chamber
Yeah.
of gold and diamonds. But how do
Yeah.
we know that it's Lord Klarna?
You can tell that's Lord Klarna.
I mean, can we zoom in? I need to see his
I like
face.
his trident is like a big fork.
Or yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mel wants a poster of this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
We-
you want this on your wall so when they break down your door, you're
Yeah.
like, I've been a Klarna supporter.
Mel,
For a
send
long
us
time.
$50,000. This is a one of one
Yeah, send it on
digital
Klarna.
print.
Yeah.
The other one
Okay.
looks, what's the other picture look like, Rob?
The
It
other
looks
one is good, but I feel like that this one is better. This one is like that it's a lot of I don't know who the people are that
Game
are
of Thrones, look at
bowing
the
to
swords.
Lord Klarna in this
Oh
photo.
my gosh, that's too scary. The other
With
one's
their exposed brains.
That's how humans will be, and that's how we'll measure.
Yeah,
Like,
go
that's
back
how
to the
you'll-
first one so I can
Mhm.
have
The
a
first
good
one is
laugh.
just the you know
Yeah.
these
Oh,
are sort
yeah.
of like
Very
at least they seem like they're humans.
Yeah, and it's a
Kinda.
space-bound like Poseidon looking king right
Yes.
there.
Yes.
As their fast food. Yeah, they said here are two surreal and funny takes on Lord Klarna and his fast food worshipping court
Yeah.
with the Snickers, coffin, and all. Let me know if you want any details pushed even further.
Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
the one.
Klarna.
That's
All
the
right,
one.
hail
Oh,
Klarna.
Klarna.
All right, Tyson, what's coming up for you?
Survivor tomorrow. I heard
Yep.
it's a
Very emotional.
crazy episode.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I should ask Rob to be my guest again. But 2 weeks in a row, I don't know if the world could handle
People
that.
can't handle it.
Yeah. And so we have a great guest tomorrow, top secret right now. And
Ooh.
and then, doing nothing this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
but then going to San Antonio the next weekend for the NCAA Final Four, all three
Yeah.
basketball
Boom.
games.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
your alma mater will make it.
They might. They're in the Sweet 16.
Okay.
BYU.
Wow, that would be huge. You'd be like a real like lucky charm if they
Yeah.
could do it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Danny, what you got going on?
No, it's Rob's turn. I already
Yeah.
said spring break.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not too much, Tyson. Just podcasting away. We got the Dondi finale coming up tonight, so we'll have a lot of coverage about that, and of course, all the Survivor stuff going on. And then we'll be back here next Tuesday for more News AF.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
Thank
like
you so much
it's-
for joining us, everybody.
We did it, guys. Hail Klarna.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.